An unequal battle is brewing in the German parliament, the Bundestag, one that pits a gigantic ruling coalition against a shrunken opposition. The Christian Democrats were the clear winners of the election. If they form a coalition with the Social Democrats, some 80% of seats will be theirs. This would leave little room for the Greens and the Left Party.
We're all waiting to see if a grand coalition really does come about. If it does, we'll be left powerless, and that is not acceptable.
The Christian Democrats and the Social Democrats were flexing their muscles at the first parliamentary meeting. It's standard practice for each parliamentary group to put forward one vice president. But now the CDU and SPD say they each want two. The Greens have protested, but the SPD is brushing them off.
We both did poorly in the election, but our 25.7% is quite a bit more than 8.4%, as the Greens must realize. An unequal partner can't expect equal treatment. That's not what minority protection is about.
The Greens parliamentary group leader Katrin Göring-Eckardt worries that this is just a taste of things to come.
They're playing the situation to their advantage. Suddenly, they're capable of reaching a quick agreement. But there's no obvious reason why we need more vice presidents.
Germany's constitution, the Basic Law, guarantees the rights of the opposition. But the Left Party and Greens together hold just 20% of the seats. That falls short of the 25% quorum needed to establish a parliamentary inquiry or call a special session.
The opposition has specific rights and an important role to play in our democracy. If we're being excluded because we don't hold enough seats, we need a new solution.
When the Basic Law was drafted, its authors made sure the opposition would have the tools needed to monitor and rein in the governing parties. Those checks and balances, they believed, were necessary to ensure democracy.
Germany's Basic Law makes sure that the opposition has enough power to take action. That's what parliamentary minority rights are for. Some countries don't have them. The right to set up an inquiry, for example, isn't guaranteed to minorities everywhere. It's one of our major achievements. We had it in the Weimar Republic in West Germany, and it's still in place today.
The CDU in particular has no desire to amend the Basic Law. They argue the 25% hurdle is there for a reason.
We need to be disciplined. And we have to remember that, in theory, this parliament could have left-wing and even right-wing extremists who are up to no good. Their main goal would be to undermine the parliamentary process and with it democracy. So they would be happy to use every tool at their disposal to undermine our parliament. We need these hurdles to make sure that splinter groups won't bring our parliament to a standstill.
The president of the Bundestag agrees this could be a serious risk. In a press conference, he suggested a different solution, amending the parliamentary procedure. That way, even a tiny opposition could launch an inquiry or call a special session without a constitutional amendment.
The election result is what it is. Although I do have sympathy for their complaint, and I've said that many times, we have to accept that these are the rules. The Parliament reflects the vote of the electorate, and not some theoretical ideal of the perfect democratic structure.
Small as it is, the opposition is putting up a fight. It's not prepared to be dependent on the goodwill of a grand coalition.
They can't just say, let's see what we can do for you. We need to be able to enforce our rights before the courts if need be.
The first parliamentary session and the first disagreement. It's more than just a minor skirmish. What's at stake is a key element of parliamentary democracy.